The strangest coincidences in history, unraveling the truth. This video delves into some of the most mind-boggling coincidences in history, underscoring the enduring power of chance and synchronicity. From inexplicable similarities between the assassinations of U.S. Presidents Lincoln and Kennedy, to the uncanny parallels between Edgar Allan Poe's fiction and real life, we delve into each occurrence's historical significance, context, and the arguments surrounding their authenticity. Historically, humans have shown a propensity for attributing meaningful patterns to random events, a psychological phenomenon known as apophenia. This propensity is particularly evident when we encounter what appear to be extraordinary coincidences, often leaving us to wonder if they are mere happenstance or if there's a deeper, mystical truth concealed within. This video scrutinizes some of the most inexplicable historical coincidences, deconstructing them to discern fact from fiction. 1. Lincoln and Kennedy, a tale of two presidents. The astonishing similarities between the assassinations of President Abraham Lincoln and President John F. Kennedy have spurred countless conspiracy theories. Both were killed on a Friday by Southerners, succeeded by Southerners named Johnson, and had vice presidents who were born in 1808 and 1908, respectively. Lincoln was elected to Congress in 1846, Kennedy in 1946. Lincoln became president in 1860, Kennedy in 1960. Both men were concerned with civil rights and their assassins were killed before they could be brought to trial. While these parallels are undeniably fascinating, they also showcase the human inclination to seek patterns in chaos. When we consider the multitude of dissimilarities between the two presidents, it becomes evident that the coincidences might not be as extraordinary as they initially seem. This case study emphasizes the importance of critical thinking and skepticism when faced with seemingly inexplicable coincidences. 2. The Curse of the Pharaohs, coincidence or consequence? The alleged curse of the pharaohs, particularly surrounding the death of Lord Carnarvon after the opening of Tutankhamun's tomb, has often been cited as one of history's most eerie coincidences. According to reports, at the exact moment of Carnarvon's death in Cairo, all the lights in the city mysteriously went out. Simultaneously, back at his home in England, his dog is said to have howled before suddenly dropping dead. However, a comprehensive analysis reveals that the so-called curse was likely more media sensationalism than mystical retribution. Many others involved in the tomb's excavation lived long, healthy lives. The simultaneous power outage in Cairo can be attributed to the city's notoriously unstable electricity supply in the 1920s, and the anecdote about the dog is difficult to verify. Once again, unraveling the context and facts surrounding the event unravels the alleged curse as more coincidence than paranormal phenomenon. 3. Edgar Allan Poe's foresight, the narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym. In an extraordinary instance of life imitating art, Edgar Allan Poe's only novel, The Narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym, eerily mirrors an actual maritime disaster that occurred years later. Poe's novel, published in 1838, involves four shipwreck survivors adrift in a boat, who decide to eat the cabin boy, Richard Parker, to survive. In 1884, the real-life ship Mignonette foundered, and the survivors infamously decided to cannibalize their own cabin boy, whose name was also Richard Parker. The odds of such a coincidence seem astronomical, yet researchers argue it's within the realm of statistical probability. Richard Parker was a common name in 19th century England, and cabin boys were often the most vulnerable crew members in such situations. Furthermore, Poe's book was relatively obscure at the time of the Mignonette disaster, lessening the likelihood of a self-fulfilling prophecy. This historical event underscores that, even in extraordinarily strange coincidences, a logical explanation often prevails. 4. The Jim twins, an extraordinary coincidence or a case for nature over nurture? Jim Lewis and Jim Springer, known as the Jim twins, were identical twins separated at birth who lived strikingly parallel lives. Both married twice, first to women named Linda, then to women named Betty. Each had a son named James Allen, or Alan. Both had a dog named Toy and had worked as part-time sheriffs. Their tale has often been cited as evidence of the power of genetics over environment. While their similarities are indeed striking, it's worth noting that many of their other life choices and habits differed significantly, emphasizing the importance of individuality and personal experience in shaping one's life. Their story illustrates that while it's tempting to attribute deep meaning to astonishing coincidences, it's equally crucial to consider the broader context and not overlook the less glamorous dissimilarities that don't fit the narrative. Conclusion. Coincidences, particularly ones of historic proportions, possess an intriguing allure that often provokes us to seek deeper meaning or invoke supernatural explanations. However, through the examination of the above cases, it becomes apparent that such events can often be attributed to chance, statistical probabilities, and our human propensity to recognize patterns where there may be none. The coincidences between the lives of Presidents Lincoln and Kennedy illustrate the human tendency to selectively focus on similarities while overlooking vast differences. The supposed curse of the pharaohs demonstrates the powerful influence of media hype and sensationalism. Poe's Richard Parker coincidence underscores the principle of statistical probability, while the case of the Jim twins highlights the limitations of attributing too much significance to surface-level similarities. It's worth noting that these explanations do not undermine the marvel of these coincidences. On the contrary, understanding the reasons behind such events often reveal deeper truths about human psychology, social structures, and the inherent unpredictability of life. As we unravel these historical anomalies, we're reminded of the power of critical thinking and skepticism in understanding our complex world, and how chance plays a more significant role in shaping history than we often acknowledge. Thus, while it's enticing to seek deep, mystical explanations for extraordinary coincidences, we find that most can be unraveled through logical reasoning and factual investigation, proving that truth is often more mundane than fiction. This unraveling, however, rather than diminishing the appeal of such events, enhances our appreciation for the randomness, complexity, and beautiful unpredictability of life.